3 murders, and Stormhold's about to boil over like my father's fish kettle. The Dark Elves blame the Argonians they owned before the Pact outlawed slavery. I miss the days of kicking arse. Now I'm expected to kiss them. That's not a question I've heard from a stranger. Fancy yourself a bloodhound, do you? I'd never doubt Stormhold's guards in a siege, but we've seen no progress with these murders. We'll gladly pay a bounty if you find the killer. Here's a list of the victims' families. Find out what they know about their murdered kin. I'm almost glad the guard never got around to it. As my son says, mammoths can't dance. You'll likely find Dendris Indolor at home. Gethys Ormabar works at the smithy. As for Tamriel Alor, try the Mages Guild. Hold your nose when talking to that one. A while back, Argonians and Stormhold were slaves to the local Dark Elves. The 2 other Vice-Cannons work to mend the bad blood, but it's slow to get anything done when nobody trusts the Guard. Recently, some Argonians went missing. We heard a nasty rumor about Dark Elf slavers in the city. False, of course. Then the bodies showed up. All Dark Elves. The new rumor says Shadow Scales are targeting Dunmer. Nearly started a riot. They're a pain in the fundament. An armed group of Argonians lurking in the swamps, killing enemies of their people. If you want to twist the Dark Elf's ears anymore, you may as well burn an effigy of Almalexia.
On your way, stranger. I have no patience for small talk. About time the Vice-Cannons do their jobs. Aralin's body lies captive in the mortuary. I can't even see him, let alone bury him. Why all these ridiculous delays? Dumark, take this accursed town! Shadow Scales, who else? He spoke out against the Argonians, and rightly so. He was targeted for having the courage to say what we all think about them. I'm no bigot, but if you ask me, the world would be a better place without those scaly fetchers.
Heard the Shadow Scales aren't taking any more contracts.
Shh. You think no contracts means no ears in town?
Pardon my tears. I recently lost my wife and... I'm sorry. Can I help you? Ironi and I always believed in the Pact. We came here to build a better life with Argonians and Nords alike. Some of my people blame the Shadow Scales. But what would they gain from her death? We treat everyone the same. It makes no sense. Thank the gods! She's in the mortuary, which they keep locked. But Ironi made those locks, so I have the master key. Here, take it, please. Find out who did this. Don't allow her to become a symbol against the Pact.
What do you want? Finally looking into my brother's death, eh? I get it. I'm sure you and your Vice Cannon pals had better things to do than your jobs. Naldin wasn't the brightest star in the sky, but he didn't deserve this. Most of Stormhold, Naldin ran up a lot of debts. He also picked a lot of fights with the Lizard Skins. If the Shadow Scales didn't get him, it's because someone else moved faster.
I saw strange
Oh,
lights
try
come
not to throw
from
the
the
stone
town.
when you lunge. Makes it too easy if you disarm yourself.
You there! Please, I have an urgent message! Gethys Omabar sent me. It's about his wife, Ironi. Gethys saw Ironi, alive. He watched her enter their home on the other side of Stormhold. He asked you to meet him there as soon as you can.
Praise Vivek, Halva found you. Whatever's in my home, it isn't my wife. Ironi. My Ironi. She's gone. I know that. But when I saw her enter our home, I had to find out how she'd returned. That's when she stabbed me. If that Argonian hadn't leapt between us, she'd have finished me off. I don't know. But he tried to save my life. They were still fighting when I crawled out the door. They both moved so fast. Please, help him remove that imposter from my home. Don't worry about me. I'll soon see my true Ironi.
Vice Cannon Hrondar is indisposed.
He informed me you've been assisting us in our recent troubles. Are you any closer to discovering the killer? Then we can concentrate our efforts elsewhere. Many will blame the Shadow Scales regardless, but our concerns are greater now than scapegoats. I fear the true culprit struck again, though I pray I'm incorrect. When I said Vice Canon Rondar was indisposed, I spoke half the truth. He's missing, and I fear it's the work of our killer. This is why Vice Canon Servina and I request your utmost discretion in recovering Vice Canon Rondar to us. We must act now.